Today we have the honor of hosting two distinguished individuals who have been deeply involved with the marvelous work of the Akshaya Patra Foundation. This foundation, as many of you may know, has been instrumental in providing unlimited food for education, a mission that has touched the lives of millions of underprivileged children in India. Furthermore, it's worth noting that recently Akshaya Patra achieved a significant milestone by serving its 4 billionth meal, marking a monumental achievement in its journey towards alleviating hunger and promoting education. Without further ado, let me introduce our guests, Kiran Kothari and Chetan Wattamwar. Welcome to the ITV Gold Studio, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nidhi ji. It's a pleasure.
It's our pleasure, trust me. What a wonderful mission that you guys are on, and what a milestone achievement that you have achieved.
Yes, we have, and we are very thrilled that, as you know, UN recognized us and honored us, Akshaya Patra I'm talking about,
Right.
for the reaching that milestone of 4 billionth meal. And it's for our team who has worked so hard, and we are a very small part of the overall Akshaya Patra, all the facilities we have and the staff we have and the people who work behind the scene. But, Indian diaspora has done very, very well in US. And Akshaya Patra, when the mission came to us, and it says, yeah, this is something that connects us back. If I look back in my life, one of the most important things that I received from my parents was education. Education is extremely important for a thriving community. And that's what Akshaya Patra is kind of doing, right? Unlimited food for education does one thing, and that is, as you know, we offer midday meals, and we are the largest NGO offering midday meals in government schools in India. And we have over 70 kitchens.
Wow.
In many 15 or I think 16 or 17 states. So it's all over India. Okay. And the most important thing is, because of the number of kitchens we have, and because of the economies of scale we have, and the technology we use in those kitchens, we are able to serve one child for an entire school year for just $20.
That's it?
That's it. When you look at a $20 bill, I look at it totally differently now.
It's like less than my, Uber bill.
That is correct.
Oh my God.
अगर
आप सरकार का काम कर रहे हैं तो सरकार क्या कर रही है?
Well, this is actually a government and private partnership.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's a private-public partnership, and I actually salute Indian government for really, starting this and expanding this and really supporting this cause, because we were able to connect the technology, the economies of scale, with the government's also economies of scale and their resources, combine all together. Because of that, now we are able to do it at such an inexpensive cost.
Wonderful.
Just to add
Please
to what Kiran said, think about that, how mega scheme this is. Just about 72 kitchens are producing about 2.2 million meals a day, and that is fed to the schools. So 70 plus kitchens doesn't really justify the number of children served every single day, every school day, I should say. That's the capacity, that is the scale that Akshaya Patra does, and this is where the cost efficiency comes into the play. They have state-of-the-art facilities, a lot of research has been done, and food, the kitchen and the distribution of the food.
Tell me, what does a cooked meal, a midday meal looks like? What all do you offer on a plate?
Nidhi, that's a very good question. We have several different states where the kitchens are located. And kitchens are located in a centralized location where there can be few 100,000 children can be fed in that nearby locality. So every state in India has its own characteristics.
Got it.
The food style is different. The taste buds are different. I would say, the needs are different. So kitchens are equipped to suit the local food requirement.
Got it.
And that is how food is delivered. It's not one sandwich goes across the country. It's every state has its own niche.
Now, I wanted to know, it's not the junk food that the kids
No,
get
no,
attracted to.
Yeah.
You'll have a proper nutritionalist
It is
helping out and
Yeah, so
picking
good
up
point.
the
It
food.
is a nutritious meal prepared on the same day and distributed on the same day to the local schools.
Yeah, so when we really started this, we started with 5 schools and 1,500 children 24 years ago.
Wow.
Fast forward into 2024, now we are serving 2.1 million kids every single school day.
Excellent.
But 3 things were important to us. One was the food had to be nutritious, so it has the nutrition value, so the kids eat nutritious food. Second thing was, let's face it, we are talking about feeding kids
Right.
and not 1 or 2, 2.1 million kids. So it had to be hygienically safe. So that's extremely important to us. Our kitchens are so good at keeping everything so safe from hygiene point of view. And the third thing is the food had to taste good. Because
Yeah.
if you just serve chapati in Kerala, it will not work. And if you just serve rice in Punjab, that would not work. So we, as Chetan mentioned, we are very cognizant that all those 3 things have to happen. And we do all those 3 things every day and at a very mass scale. And the societal impact of this is really the important thing here. Because now the kids get a free meal and nutritious meal in school. The enrollment goes up, especially among girls.
Because of the food, people
Yeah,
are
they get
sending their kids.
The parents will send kids to the school, right, because they are getting food. The other thing is now they are, getting nutritious meal, they are healthier. Healthy body, healthy mind, that's what I always say. They now get educated. And now they have an opportunity, as you go through a cycle, of coming out of that cycle of poverty. And we have already fed, 24 years is a long time.
It's a
An
long
entire generation of kids we have fed.
Hats off to you
Right?
guys.
Some of them are doctors, some of them are lawyers, some of them are CPAs, and some of them have come back to our own kitchens to help us.
How wonderful. So Kiran, with your diverse involvements in both businesses and philanthropy, could you share with us how your role as the co-chair of Akshaya Patra USA Tri-State Chapter intersects with your other endeavors?
Well, when you do things, charity in general, what I have found, all the principles remain the same. And it's just a question of what your cause that you are supporting. Whether it's a food bank in New Jersey or a kitchen in India, the principle is you have to raise money and support it and make an honest effort and continue to keep doing it. Because one of the things is, okay, we built the kitchen, but it's not a 1 day or 1 year. We're going to continue to do this. What that means is we have to sustain this program. And that's one of the reasons why UN actually honored us. Is one of the UN charter is they have to have sustainable development goal. And one of their goal, actually 2 of the goals are no hunger and education. There are many others that Akshaya Patra supports, but those were the 2 main things. So business has given me, knowledge to use it for the charity. And everybody should do that. I know many of us are very, very good at it, and we should all come back and contribute back to the world.
Tell us some of the ways you raise the funds.
Okay, so we do, in New Jersey, we do 3 events. For one event is a walkathon. As a matter of fact, we have one already scheduled for this year, right here in the Roosevelt Park in September. And then we do a golf outing. And then we do a major gala, which is an annual gala. We call it a gratitude gala. because this is gratitude, you need that, right? And so then we raise money using those three measures. But in addition to that, we contact people because like we are talking to you now, you have hundreds of thousands of, people listening to this. If this touches your heart and you want, important thing is not how much you donate. In our case, if you give us $20, we will make sure that your $20 will make a difference in one child's life for an entire school year.
Wonderful. Chetan, as someone who has dedicated over 7 years as a volunteer for Akshaya Patra USA Tristate chapter, while also excelling in your professional career, what initially drew you to become involved with this foundation?
Nidhi ji, in every business and our professional life, we come across many good people, and some people really touch you. And reaching or getting associated with Akshaya Patra is nothing different. Met so many great people that I knew. I found their interest, and it touched my heart, because to me, education and food are the two fundamental requirements of everybody's life.
True.
If you have a food, you can be educated, and if you have education, you can have a food for life. And these two go hand in hand. And I was introduced to Akshaya Patra by multiple close friends and people that I knew in my profession, including Dr. Rachna Kulkarni and Anand Kulkarni. I had one of my dear friend who is no longer now, but Sunil Dhaulikar. He was also another passionate person about Akshaya Patra. So you got to get to know people and see how they are enjoying their joy of helping others. And that helps me learn and get motivated into doing some of the things. Akshaya Patra touched me because it does those two things. It helps feed those children who want to be educated. And because they have a food, they are getting educated. So it's a win-win situation for everyone.
True. Kiran, could you please elaborate on the mission and activities of Akshaya Patra Foundation, particularly focusing on the concept of providing unlimited food for education?
Sure. That's a really good question, because our mission is unlimited food for education. That's kind of a catchy word, right?
Yeah.
The real mission is no child in India shall be deprived of education because of hunger. We want to make sure that kids get fed and they get educated. That is our mission. And our goal, if you think about it, we have grown very fast, very rapidly, and we are able to sustain it because of help of many, many supporters, including all the business supporters. But our next chapter in Akshaya Patra is growing from 2.1 million to a higher number every year. You will be surprised to know that the numbers I have heard in India, kids who are either underfed or food insecure, it's in multiple tens of millions. So we are just kind of touching the surface right now. Our goal is to reach to 2.5 million meals, hopefully by end of this year, and then keep going to 4 million and 5 million in next 5 to 6 years. So that's our goal. And the idea that the way we will get there is we will open more and more kitchens in different areas, cover more area, geographical area, and feed all the kids. So everybody has an opportunity, and government is supporting us also. And so it's a great partnership, and together, Modi ji has said that's one of Indian government's goal is to have no hunger. And that would be our ultimate goal for Akshaya Patra.
So is it like the parents who are sending their kids, or are you connected with other NGOs or say orphanages where they can also send their kids, or maybe there are homeless children everywhere?
No,
what do you
Akshaya
exactly
Patra,
rely on?
what Akshaya Patra does is strictly one thing, and all we do is we serve midday meals in government schools.
In
So
government
as long as the, and you know that most government school kids are, you know, not very well-to-do kids, and their families are not very well-to-do. So they really do need that help, you know. And just to give you a quick example, you know, if you go there and if you go to a kitchen, meal is prepared at 5 o'clock, they start, 10:30 meals are ready. They load it in trucks. Truck goes to the school, and kids are waiting for the trucks to come. They are lining, you know, sitting, and this is a school in India. It's not like an enclosed, beautiful building like we are used.
वेट करते हैं लाइन में तो वो पढ़ाई कब करते हैं?
Yeah, well, no, they don't have to wait. That's the thing.
Okay.
The food reaches them on time. We serve, they are sitting ready, we serve them. And what you have to see, so unfortunately, this is the case in many cases. For some kids, it might be the very first bite in the morning, or since morning. For other kids, it might be the first bite in 24 hours. And if it is a weekend, it is more than 24 hours. That's what we are trying to stop. That's what we want to help kids with, where they do get that nutritious meal. That's what Akshaya
तो
Patra
कुछ
does.
ऐसा होता है कि they can pack some food and take it home.
Unlimited food for education. As a matter of fact, if they have siblings at home who are not even school age, they can take food for them.
How nice.
We make enough food so that not only we feed them over there, I mean, we want to make sure it's not abused, because that's also clearly important, because it's dollars and cents that ends up right in the right mouth. That's the critical important thing.
Chetan, as someone deeply involved with Akshaya Patra, could you share with us the significance of the recent UN honoring ceremony held on April 2nd?
Nidhi ji, what an event that we had on April 2nd. April 2nd.
You all were there?
I was there. I was there. I was part of helping people with a few different tasks. It was such an amazing experience to be at United Nations, to be honored for Akshaya Patra and their cause. That's the celebration that we had. The event was extraordinary. We had Honorable Prime Minister Modi's letter to Akshaya Patra that our India's permanent representative to United Nations, Mrs. Ruchiraji Kamboj, read the letter. Of
Yeah,
course,
we
she
did
had-
that. We covered
yes.
that news
Yes,
on our
Yes,
channel.
it was very touching moment when that letter was read.
Of
And
course.
along with that, we had so many different dignitaries, including Mr. Chinchalapati Dasa, who is the senior vice president of ISKCON India, Mr. Narayan Murthy, Mr. Deshpande. We had our keynote speaker was Mr. Kailash Satyarthi, who is a Nobel Prize laureate, whose mission and whose life is devoted for helping children. This is the same cause that what Akshaya Patra does, is helping children. Many dignitaries, and our renowned MC was Dr. Rachna Kulkarni. She handled this event very gracefully.
Wonderful. Kiran, looking towards the nature, what are the long-term visions and anticipated impacts of the Akshaya Patra Foundation?
Yeah, it's basically societal impact is educating the kids, really helps them to get out of this cycle of poverty and insecurity. And we want to make sure that we have larger pool of kids that we can serve on a sustainable basis. And so once that is done, then our ultimate goal is we will not be needed. And I'm not being facetious. That's our ultimate goal.
Of course.
That the economy in India is so good, and everybody is doing so well that you don't need Akshaya Patra, where kids have the meal they need, there is no food insecurity. That's our ultimate goal. But we are talking several years from now that will happen.
Right.
But so we're going to continue to work, continue to find and raise philanthropists who can continue to help us sustain this program and grow this program. So the mission is starting from where we are now, maybe 20 years from now, we will not exist. And that would be wonderful, correct?
That would be wonderful.
Yes.
Both Kiran and Chetan, could you provide insights into how individuals, particularly adults and youths, can contribute as volunteers and actively participate in the grassroots movement in the US to support the cause of helping children in India through Akshaya Patra?
Nidhi, that's a good and big question. So we all can take our share of responsibility to accomplish a better world. Akshaya Patra is doing their task, and Akshaya Patra is an entity. Entity is built of people like you and me. So we all need to come together, help the cause. If you believe in it, help the cause, and eradicate the child hunger, at least, if not much. How does one get involved? Anything that can be done, such as being volunteer. You can promote a cause of what Akshaya Patra is. How do they do? You can help raise the funds as a volunteer. There have been multiple stories we hear. Now it's over about 7+ years that I have been associated with Akshaya Patra, and we have heard numerous stories. There have been, like Kiran mentioned, New Jersey, we run 3 main events: golf outing, the walkathon, and our gratitude gala. Many other states have similar programs. One or other they have created. Individuals in those states, as well as New Jersey, what we have seen is some people are so much into believing this cause. So if they have a child's birthday party, they receive donations. Those donations are paid to Akshaya Patra as their generosity. There are people who may have any major mode in their life that they have earned something something of significance. Yeah, you can think about good charities and keep Akshaya Patra as one of your primary charity to help those causes. Be a donor. Go to apusa.org. That is the website for Akshaya Patra in USA. It stands as apusa.org, and you can find there are voluntary roles, or enroll in your local chapter wherever you are to extend your helping hand. So there are so many different ways you can do that. Another thing, just to repeat what Kiran had said, the efficiency of this organization is that every $20 that we raise can feed one child for 1 school year. All you have to do is think, how many children do you want to help in a year? You want to help a child, 10 children, 100 children, 1,000? There is no limit. What you are capable of doing is all that do that for Akshaya Patra. No better cause than feeding and educating the next generation of India.
So when somebody is donating, how do they make sure that it's actually being used like the way you are saying?
So let me answer that quick question. Our books are audited by, I think it's KPMG's connected entity in India. So we are fully audited company, entity. And everything that we raise in US, more than 85% goes directly for the operating cost of Akshaya Patra, which is phenomenal in general, because if you can raise that kind of money, because Akshaya Patra raises I'm just going to say only $15 million in US. And the reason why I say only is there are 3 million Indians in US, more than 3 million actually.
Wow.
If on an average, and I think about Tristate because we are here, right? There are almost 1 million people, Indian community people in US, in Tri-State area. And I always tell people, on an average, if we get $20 from each one, how many kids can we feed? 1 million kids, right? We are not there yet. We need the help from everybody who's here and who has done well, who can then support. And I know everybody has their own charity that they are, feel good about and touches their heart. So if no hunger is your cause that you want, if education is what you are excited about, if women's empowerment and girls' empowerment is something you want, and just in general, poverty.
Right.
Akshaya Patra does all of that. And you can help with that, and then we can continue to sustain this program and grow this program.
Would you like to add anything before we wrap up this show?
Well, I think I would like to tell your audience that, think about what you just heard, and think about what you just heard, and think about that $20 bill. And I give an example of pizza and a Coke.
Yep.
You probably get a pizza and a Coke for a family for $20. If you go to New York City, it's not totally a different story. The parking costs $50, right? Think about that $20 bill and make a commitment to donate $20. You will make a difference in one child's life for an entire school year.
Chetanji, you?
Believe in a cause. If we all have started at different stages, no one that I know of was born with a silver spoon. We created our silver spoon. Now it is our time to help other people do better. Eradicate poverty starts with education. If you are well educated, you have better financial future. That means there is no hunger in your family. Extend that to others. Like Kiran also mentioned, one of the things Akshaya Patra does is empowering children or women. Many times we have heard that an educated woman means a generation of education, a generation of improvement. If you believe in any of these causes that Akshaya Patra does, please come forward, help us, be a volunteer, do what you can, help promote the cause. And it's so easy. The website is www.apusa.org.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Nidhi ji. You have been very kind and a gracious host. I want to take this opportunity and thank Sudhir Bhai Parikh, ITV team.
Yes, please.
Always helping community.
Always.
Well, Dr. Parikh is one of our on our advisory board of the Tri-State chapter, and he has been an incredible supporter of Akshaya Patra, and we really want to thank him for all the publicity and the forum like that he offers to Akshaya Patra, so more people hear about it, learn about it, and help.
Thank you so much for this inspiring and insightful interview. Thank you.
you.
All the best for your ventures.
Thank you, Nidhi ji.
I appreciate it.